So it's an unboxing video for the ASUS Republic of Gamers ROG Maximus X Hero gaming motherboard. There are different versions of the Maximus 10, as you probably know. I'll discuss the differences at the end of the unboxing rather than at the start, just in case you're here for the unboxing. First thing to notice is that it's not shrink wrapped, which is a bit of a disappointment because I quite like undoing the shrink wrap. So it's not shrink wrapped, so we'll just open it up, and it's a massive box. There's quite a clever little lid mechanism there. There's also a plastic protective sheet, quite rigid, and the motherboard itself is in there, and that doesn't have an anti-static bag. So there's no shrink wrap to undo, and there's no anti-static bag to take it out of. So I guess we just grab it and take it out. It's got a protective sheet on the back of it there, because the back of it's bare board like that, and there's a protective sticky bit on the input output, and the plate for that is pre-mounted, so there's no fiddling with that. You just slot the thing straight in. Because this is the Hero one, it doesn't have the armour on, more on that later. So that's the motherboard itself, so we'll just put that to one side. It's quite heavy, and then underneath here we can get this box out. There's a substantial piece of cardboard, a huge collection of stickers, absolutely loads of them, probably about 30 maybe, all different sorts, cable labels and general stuff to put presumably on your skateboard. Do not disturb one, so you get stickers. Marvellous. That looks like a coaster slash beer mat. Unnecessary. Here's the main manual bits. Time to gear up, 20% off modded cables. You can have the code if you want. First person to use it obviously gets 20% off. I will not be going to cable mod, but you can obviously pause it. Main manual, very substantial manual, got a nice glossy feel to it. Driver's disc, another sticker, it's the case sticker, little metallic case decal. Safety information, motherboard layout, very quick, specifically for the Hero. That's the quick installation one in case you don't fancy flicking through the main manual. ASUS fan holder technical updates. No idea what that is. Maybe there's a little fan holder that you get with it to put over your RAM. Obviously we'll check on that later. There's another fan thing there, so you can move the fan about. Someone obviously thought of that, not really sure why. Warranty card, and then we've got this little thing here. Cardboard box thing. That's the CPU installation tool for some reason. SLI bridge, not particularly sexy compared to the new ones. There's the fan thing, little fan bridge, in case you want to stick an ugly fan on it. That's for your audio. Oh no, wait, that's for the motherboard services for the case, so ground power, LEDs, reset, that kind of thing. So you plug them into that from the case and then plug that into the motherboard, so it makes it less fiddly. That's the M.2 mounting screws, because it's got two M.2 slots on it. Very useful. There's some more M.2 mounting screws. That's a fan extension, I think. I'm guessing now. Fits in the fan socket. Could be for lighting. Doesn't actually say. More on that later. SATA. Another one of those cables. That looks like an extension cable for something. RGB. That's an RGB extension cable for lighting. So presumably that's for that as well. So you get RGB stuff. And some more SATA cables there. And that's pretty much what you get. A very substantial box. All the kind of usual stuff that you'd expect, except that it's not shrink wrapped and you don't get a bag, anti-static bag. Okay, now that's the unboxing. Now we'll have a little chat about the differences between the different ones. The main difference, of course, is price. This is the cheaper one at 235 quid when it was bought, including the VAT in the UK. You've got the Maximus code, which is the next one up, and the formula. I'm missing out the wireless version of the Hero, because you can get the Hero, this one, with wireless LAN as well. That tends to be a bit harder to find because it jumps straight to the code, which is another, well, it's another 70 quid or something. And then you've got the flagship one, which is the formula, and that's 377. So that's almost £100 more than £100 actually. So what's the difference? Well, the main difference is that the code and formula have armour on them. They have reinforced backplate, steel backplate, and plasticky bits that cover up all the circuitry here. I think the code has an LED there, whereas the formula has an actual screen. A little screen, and you can have little patterns on it, and so for essentially for shows and demos and things, it looks pretty cool. But they are essentially the same motherboard. I think there might be a few technical differences in terms of what you can and can't do with overclocking, but I think they're essentially the same. Feel free to point out any major differences in the comments, especially if you think those differences are worth £100. Personally, I've had the Maximus 8 or 9, I can't remember which one it is, it's so old, and the main irritation with that, and why I don't really like armour, is that the CMOS battery. The CMOS battery obviously is completely open on this particular one because it hasn't got the armour on, but the armour is a massive pain. On my one, the CMOS battery ran out, and I had to dismantle the entire PC to get at it, because I had to get around the back to hold on to the metal plate, because I had to undo every single screw that held the armour in place, and that was really annoying. So what would normally take 5 minutes, you open the case, you flick out the old one, you flick in the new one, you go into the BIOS, you make a few changes like setting the time and stuff, and then you save the settings and away you go, and you fixed it. I had to dismantle the entire PC to get at the actual battery. Very annoying. So I don't like the armour, but it does look rather cool, especially the little screen. But whether it's worth the extra 100 quid, I'm not convinced. Obviously, if you have any opinions on that, share them. I don't have any particular strong feelings that I'm right about anything, but I think the Hero is probably the one to go for the reasons I've mentioned. What's interesting is that, according to the ASUS website, they are virtually identical. The main difference is that the Hero, I'm looking at the website now, there's a printout page from it. It's the main comparison bit. If you look at it, it just basically says that there's a slight difference with the PCI Express sockets, mainly because it does 4 plus 4 rather than, but essentially they're the same. And they both have got DisplayPort. The Yeah, the code and the formula have slight differences with the M.2 slots, and the Hero, rather than the Hero Wi-Fi, doesn't have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, whereas the code and the formula and the Hero with Wi-Fi does. And apart from that, addressable RGB header. The code and the formula have 2 and the Hero has 1. Oh, boo-hoo. 3D mount. This one has that, but the formula and the code don't, because they have the armor on, I guess. Apart from that, they appear to be exactly the same. So yeah, I'm a bit confused. So if you've got any reasons why you think the formula and code are better than this one, then please let me know, because I'll be all ears. Anyway, that's the end of the unboxing. Any questions, any comments, leave them in the comments. And thanks for watching.